Welcome, bienvenido, bienvenue to the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival 2021 Q&A. I'm Kathy Kareem, founder of Caribbean movie company Storyplay TV. Thank you so much for joining us. This year, our full program will be screened online from today, September 22nd, and 28th, with our new media exhibition available online and in person at Grandison Lab, Belmont, this Friday 24th and Saturday 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Don't forget, you can check out all the films at watch.eventive.org/ttff21. We would like to thank all of our sponsors, including NGC, who is our signature sponsor this year, and we have leading sponsorship from Shell Trinidad and Tobago and Republic Bank Limited, as well as contributing sponsorship from NLCB and supporting sponsorship from Sports and Culture Fund. Today, I have with me two amazing filmmakers, Jorge Guimerá, who made Climate Exodus, and Elizabeth Ramjit, who made Overflow. And today we're going to be talking with these filmmakers about their films that look at environmental impact and environmental issues. Welcome to the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival, both of you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. You're very welcome. Elizabeth, I'd love to start with you. Your short film, Overflow, looks at climate issues in Trinidad and Tobago, and it starts with taking us through these issues through the eyes of a tour guide. Now, everybody knows when they think of the Caribbean, they think of tourism. So talk to me, as the director of this film, why did you decide to open up this issue of climate change with a tour guide?
Well, I've been going to Trinidad and Tobago for a long time, since I was born, so I am well aware of the issue of when it rains, and I have a lot of relatives that experience the flooding every time it rains. And unfortunately, I had originally went to Trinidad to do it on oil pollution and air pollution too, but I wasn't able to do the original film because when I got there, it rained and it never stopped raining, and it ultimately rained out the country. So I decided to do it in the lens of behind me, and I didn't want to be in the film because I wanted it to be more of a local experience than more of a tour guide. I wanted it to be that's why I had so many different interviews from all different types of people. I wanted you guys to know that, hey, it wasn't just this person that came into the country and experienced this, that this is an issue that Trinidadians face all the time, and how can we fix this problem? How can we, make this problem stop happening so that, the average Trinidadian wouldn't have to go through this problem anymore. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you definitely presented us with some lovely fix-it solutions that are great in diversity, from policy change to what we can do in our homes through recycling. So thank you very much for that film. I think that you achieved your goal of giving us some solutions of how we can make our environmental situation better day by day. Jorge, let's talk about Climate Exodus. So your film goes across continents, looking at the common experience of how climate change is affecting families, really, right? From rising water levels to droughts. So talk to us about, it seems like a really big endeavor. Talk to us about how long it took to produce this documentary.
Yeah, several years indeed, because we first had a very long period of investigation to find what places around the world have these issues, and then to find also our protagonists. This project is since 2016, 17, and then we started with investigation, and then a couple of years to film in different times in the same locations. Also. And here we are in, premiering our film, which is fantastic. But yes, very long time.
Yes, and we're glad to have you here. So if you, very long time.
Sorry.
And so all these, no, please don't. My fault. There's a bit of a delay, so I'll give you a lot more time after you finish your answers. If you wanted the audience in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the Caribbean and everywhere who's watching your film today to go away with one takeaway about how we should be thinking about our environment, Jorge, what would that one thing that you want audiences to walk away with be?
I was amazed with how people coexist with nature and do it in a very seamless way, without affecting to our earth. And it's a pity that these people indeed are the most affected because our way of acting and our day to day. And I would say I encourage everyone to follow this way of being with the world, not against it, if that makes any sense.
Be with the world and the environment, not against it. That's great advice. Elizabeth, what would be your one takeaway that you would love audiences to walk away with from your film, which looks at environmental issues in Trinidad and Tobago?
I would say you should think more about your actions. So in the film, we talked about how your one action of throwing away a bottle and where that bottle might end up. So having like that double thought about, hey, like, let me not throw away this wrapper out of the car. Maybe let's not leave my garbage on the beach. And just having like that double thought that, you know, this might end up somewhere. This same wrapper, this same bottle might clog my sewage system. It might have a cause in the flood. It might just have that double thought is all I want people to think about, and also about like solutions on how we can fix this problem abroad the personal experience, because there are some regulations that should be instilled that, you know, I know people in Trinidad and activists in Trinidad are fighting for. So yeah.
And it's a worthy fight, so we want to encourage them to continue. And if you are interested in environmental issues, or if you are beginning to be interested in environmental issues, or even if you're not, because you should be, these are two films that you definitely want to check out today. Jorge, I have a follow-up question for you about your decision to look at families in the different locations. So in India, we get introduced to families on the continent of Africa and in the Spanish-speaking Caribbean, and in St. Martin. How did you choose families as the lens through which to look at environmental issues?
At the first moment, we thought about the different kind of climate issues that we may find, and we started with that. And then we find out that really the women are the most affected by this issue, because in a lot of cases, the man goes away and abandon their families to work elsewhere, and the women go with their childs and have to survive these very difficult conditions. And then we find this was the only route to go to give voice to these people, and we did it in these very different situations. And one, as you said, is in India, in Guimerá Island. The sea level is getting higher and higher, and they have no more option than go and abandon a way of life, which I say is the best way to live. You grow vegetables, you live in absolutely nature without any contamination, and they now go to right the opposite, because they have to go to the continent and abandon the fantastic way of life, which is a pretty sad thing. And also in Kenya, they are nomads, but they struggle to find the last water reserves to survive. Um, and it's very sad. They think it's because of God or whatever, and don't realize it's a problem of us, every one of us. And also in Sagmantang, these hurricanes, this can happen everywhere in the world, and we wanted also to transmit this message of you also may be in trouble. Please take care about this situation.
Message received. Let's take care of the earth, from kids, women, men, grandparents, babies. As we see in these two films today, everyone is affected by climate change. So we definitely want you to let your hearts be touched by the films that we're talking about today. And I hope that you'll take a look at them. We're just about out of time for this brief Q&A. So I'd like to thank our filmmakers. Jorge, thank you so much for being a part of the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival and for taking years out of your life to commit to promoting awareness of how our continent is changing through climate change and how we can help make a difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to everyone in the audience who joined us for this Q&A. My name is Kathy, and I am signing out and wishing you a beautiful Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival 2021. Hope to see you at the next Q&A.